So, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. So, check this out. So this is going to be a little bit different video than what I normally do. So this video is going to be a 5 things that I wish I would have knew before I started working on Volkswagen. If you don't know who I am Abe. This is my channel, Two Flush TV, and I currently own a 2001 Jetta VR6 that I am currently working on, and I also own a 95 Jetta with a 1.8T in it and a Mark IV Jetta front end swap that I am currently doing to this car. And I also own a Mark V 0.5 Jetta, all red. It'll probably be here a little bit later, maybe before I end this video. The first thing that I wish I would have knew before I started working on Volkswagens, and I believe this is across the board on pretty much all Volkswagens, the front ends of them are detachable. So you can take the front end, just a couple bolts off of the car, and the front end will come off the car, making the car a lot easier to work on and to do an engine swap. So yeah, that is the first thing. It is so convenient to just take off this whole front end when you're doing like a belt change or the water pump, or you're working on like the radiator, or you need to get like the alternator or something like that. It is very useful to just snatch off that whole front end. The second thing is more of a place than it is a thing. So the second thing would be ECS tuning and Euro tuning. They have everything Volkswagen European. Everything. There's not one thing that I did not call Euro tuning for and they did not have. To the simplest bolt, to the simplest plug, to the complicatedest bolt to find without having to go to the junkyard. Man, I would say use ECS tuning and Euro tuning. They're not too expensive, then again they are expensive, but you're working on European cars. So yeah, the second thing would be Euro tuning and ECS tuning. They supply everything. Better than AutoZone, better than O'Reilly's, car parts. Yeah, those are the go-to people for Euro parts. And I think the third thing that I will have to say is engine swaps. If you plan on doing an engine swap to a Volkswagen car, now I am still new to this, and this is pretty much the first one that I have, is putting a 1.8 in a Mark III. Now these things are complicated. Then again, they might not be, but from my hand they are. Hard as being, it's not as simple as sometimes taking the motor out and just putting another motor in the car. It gets complicated when you need like the Holy Trinity, as in the ECU, the cluster, and the key, the harness too. But if you don't have those things when swapping out some of these motors, you will not be able to progress any forward. You'll have to do something like an immobilizer delete or have to buy a whole new harness. So that is one thing that I wish I would have knew before jumping straight into Volkswagens. Because if you do not have the correct key for the cluster and the ECU, then it's like the key won't work for the cluster, and then you'll need an immobilizer delete on the ECU. Now feel free to comment down below if you know more than I do on this stuff. This is just stuff that I have run into that I wish I would have knew before I had started working on Volkswagen. And I think the fourth thing that I will have to say about Volkswagens is you need some type of scanner. When I say scanner, I will pull one up on the screen. I don't have mine on me right now because it is in the red Jetta, but I mean like a scanner that can read your computer. Some type of scanner that you can put in your car that can read your computer. Type of ODB scanner. And that scanner will help you pretty much read every single code in your car and pretty much will tell you exactly what's wrong with it. So the code scanner is very useful. There are multiple different types on the lot. Some are very cheap, some are very expensive. But I would say somewhere down the line, working on Volkswagen cars, to invest in a scanner. Probably one of the best things that I invested in, and I don't even have a expensive one. I bought one from Walmart, super cheap, and I found a couple codes that I didn't know about, so I guess it was pretty helpful to me. So I would say invest in some type of scanner. I would say for my number 5 thing that I wish I would have knew before I started working on Volkswagens would be alley keys or T's. These things are going to be your best friend. These are probably going to be the most used tool that you are going to use on your Volkswagen, Jetta, Golf, whatever. As far as like changing out things, if you see like they're on the water pump, you'll use them. On like the intake manifold, you'll use them. On the clutch and everything, you'll use them. On certain like bolts that are being held down, you'll use them to take off, like, and that's on my VR6. And I believe even on the 1.8 you're going to come across them, like just on certain brackets and certain things that are holding the motor in, and just like these are going to be your best friend. Trust me, alley keys and T-bolts are going to be your best friend. If I can say invest in a set of these, invest in a set of these. I don't know, super quick video, but those are the 5 things that I wish I really would have knew before I started working on Volkswagens. There's a lot more stuff that I wish I would have knew before I started really getting deep into Volkswagens, but those 5 things right there are probably the most important that I think that I wish I would have knew before I really did any project on my Volkswagens. So go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know some of the things that you wish you would have knew before you started working on Volkswagens. And feel free to like the video, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Remember guys, have an awesome day.